Welcome to the Den of Tools.
Howdy ho, guys and gals, it's Red, your friendly neighbor Tool Bear, back again here in the old Den of Tools. And today we are back here again with new tools and leaked tools from the old Harbor Freight. Yep, Agent Deep Freight strikes again. I'll be honest, we only have one leaked tool, but it's a big one. And by big, I mean it's a huge set of Quinn Master Technician's tool set here. 428 pieces. That is a big tool set there. So let's talk about this a little bit. So Quinn is kind of like, it's allegedly the Goldilocks zone over there at Harbor Freight between Pittsburgh on the low end, Icon on the high end. So if you want something nicer than the base stuff, but you don't want to spend the Icon kind of money, and who can blame you, the Quinn might be your choice. And it's a little bit unloved, I have to say. In the past, they've everything seems to be in sets. It's hard to find individual items, especially in the ratchets and stuff. But let's take a look at it. Right now, if you look at the sets, currently the most expensive set at Harbor Freight is the Pittsburgh Mechanics tool set, 301 pieces there for $200. Now, I know a lot of you love that set. I've heard a lot of love from the viewers here about that. But, where is Quinn here? If you look down, you got to come all the way down to this one here. A 66 piece of, basically it's a socket set for $60. So not much else other than that. And then everything else are much smaller sets kind of stuff. You get a ratchet and some sockets, that kind of thing. But if we take a look at that set here, this is the 66 piece set we talked about before. You get 3 ratchets, you get some high, you get some deep, you get some shallows. But if you take a look at them here, I think a lot of you will agree. We've heard a lot of the comments about this, that they look almost or nearly identical. Not identical, but close. And if they're not siblings, they're at least cousins to the Cobalt tools, or the Cobalt hand tools, I should say, over at Lowe's. And we take a look at these. Let me see if I can zoom in on these here for you a bit, because of course their pictures aren't so great. If you look at the laser etching, the design on the sockets, you really got to say, man, these look familiar. Even the ratchets. Now, granted, these ratchets are 90-tooth ratchets, and it says so right there on the button. They look fairly similar. There is some slight differences here. So the switch here on this one is pinned, whereas this is a post design on this that goes internally there. So that is different, but the rest of it is very, very similar. Now, okay, the chrome button and stuff, I get that. So as to Cobalt's tools, the latest information that I have on it is that they're made by Apex. Now, Apex are the guys who make SATA, Gear Wrench, Campbell, Crescent, even those hand tools we were showing the other day. They also own Jacobs Chucks. They're a huge company. They've been making tools for quite a while. And the biggest thing is they OEM a lot of tools. I mean, a lot of tools. There's so many tools out there that you're buying that you don't realize you're buying Apex hand tools, because they're the force behind a lot of brands. Now, a lot of people sent in this Quinn set, and luckily one of them was able to capture the $349.99 price tag. So we're looking at $350. Now that says as advertised. I can't see the text below it. There's another price there, $444. It looks like. Not sure if they're comparing that to another brand, or if that's going to be the standard price as opposed to the advertised price. But $350 looks like it's going to be the buy it price on this. Now, looking at this, we can see a little bit more information. We got 15 or so. It could be 18. It's hard to read there. Fully polished ratcheting wrenches. That's a nice setup there. We got 30 fully polished combination wrenches. We got 3 70-tooth ratchets. Yeah, it's not the 90-tooth, but 72. I mean, if it's good enough for Snap-on, right? 251 shallow, deep, and bit sockets. I like the inclusion of the bit sockets. Bit drivers are a fabulous way to go on those. I like seeing those in a set like this. 12 screwdrivers. I gotta say, the Quinn screwdrivers are pretty nice. They're comfy. They're easy to use. You can get some good leverage on them. And then, of course, you get a full assortment of extension adapters, hex keys, screwdriver bits, aka filler. But again, when you're buying a set like this, you're going to expect some of that stuff, because you're just trying to do a one-and-done solution, and you're going to need that kind of stuff. So there you go, $350 on that. Anyway, that's what we got there. What do you think about this? I want to hear in your comments down below. What do you think about them coming out with this Quinn Master Set like this? 428 pieces. It's not cheap, but it is certainly a one-and-done solution. I could see a budget pro person trying to, somebody who has their own shop, somebody who's just getting started and they're on a tight budget and they need to just get everything. $350 will get you started. Or if you've got a home shop and you want something a little bit nicer, that's not a bad, I mean, that's going to fill up those drawers there in that cabinet pretty quickly there. $350, not a bad price on that. Anyway, let's get on to the new tools over there. We got the Bauer corded 5.5 amp 15-inch electric string trimmer. Now, this is an interesting choice for Harbor Freight because it seemed before all the Portland stuff like we see down here was the stuff we were seeing in string stuff, and then all the Bauer outdoor power equipment we were seeing in battery. But I guess we saw the chainsaw they came out with about a month ago. Now we're seeing the string trimmer. I wonder if they're going to do duplicates and everything there for the outdoor power blower and stuff like that. And it looks like a nice trimmer. If you're going to go with the corded route, I'm not a fan of dragging a cord around, but some people don't mind it. And if you got a small yard and you don't want to worry about batteries and maintaining them, all that kind of stuff, this could be the way to go. It's a lot easier than gas. Buying the gas and mixing your oils and all that other kind of stuff there. Moving along. How about this? This one is interesting, folks. We got a Bauer 4-inch by 36-inch belt and 6-inch disc sander. Now, this one looks fairly common. We've seen this almost this exact same model from a lot of manufacturers who make benchtop tools. We've seen it from Ryobi. We've seen it from Win. We've seen a whole bunch of these out there, which is and what makes this interesting, I mean, first of all, let me back up here. All those other ones that I've seen that are like this, they're very solid. They're really easy to use. They're fairly robust for the price. They seem to be great sanders. You can put it in the vertical mode. You can put it straight horizontal. There's a lot of things you can do with this sander. Of course, at an angle like this showed, that it has a nice table on it. You got a miter gauge with it. It looks, the exhaust port the dust port, easy to use there. It seems like a great setup. But for $100, here's where it becomes interesting. The central machinery sander that's been around for eons is $80. So you're looking at a $20 price difference here. I kind of makes me wonder if this thing's going to go away. At $20 price difference, that's it's just not that much of a difference. 20% you're spending 20% more. Is that right? 20, 25. Anyway, to go from this to jump up to this. And as anybody who's had this can tell you, it's an excellent sander, really top notch. Once you fix it and understand how to use it, it's got a lot of quirks. The tensioning on the belt, you got to make sure that it's not, that it's free flowing. It's not getting hung up. This thing does not have much power. Not much power at all. But if you can get it going and get it tuned right, and that's the whole thing, is learning how to tune this machine. Once you get it going, it's a decent sander. I had one for several years before upgrading to an oscillating belt sander. But I mean, at that price, when it was there, $80, and you could use it 20% off, you could get this thing pretty darn cheap. Those days, I mean, now you got to wait for a sale to come out, or maybe grab it at a parking lot sale or the non-parking lot sales they're doing now. I don't see any reason why most people wouldn't upgrade to this unless you're just on a super, super tight budget. And for those of you who are, we totally get it. But I have a hard time seeing them field two different belt sanders, benchtop belt sanders and disc sanders, with a price gap of only $20. All right, we got a new McGraw 2 horsepower. And interesting to see this in the McGraw brand. 2 horsepower V single stage cast iron compressor pump. This is for those you either got a compressor that the pump on it has died and you need to replace it, or you're building your own or something like this. So now in the McGraw line, which is again their Goldilocks zone for air compressor equipment, and I can tell you, I found a lot of value in the McGraw line. So maybe let me ask you, if you're looking to do something like this, is this something you would look at? Would you consider? You're looking at 6.2 SCFM at 40, 5.3 at 90, a decibel of 86. Not the quietest thing out there, but not super screaming loud. 155 max PSI. That's pretty impressive. 2 horsepower running 120 volt application, so you're not going to need 220 on something like this. I don't know. Let me know what you think down in the comments. And moving on, we're going to look at Badland. We got a 6,600 pound capacity, 2-inch by 20 foot recovery snatch strap. Purpose-built recovery allows 20% stretch. So if you're doing a lot of off-roading, if you're doing some overlanding, that sort of stuff, or you do want to just play a great game of tug of war, you got some stretch in this. $50 here for the Badlands here, 20-foot stretch. Yep, I might have. No, I don't think it's gonna work for what I need. Anyway, we got the Avanti airless paint sprayer here. If now, of course, this is again, you're not using it with an air compressor. It's with one of those airless paint spray. You're gonna be doing like latex, unthinned kind of paints, the heavier kind of stuff. So if you have one of those kits, this is gonna give you another option or replacement option for the paint sprayer heads on those. Then we got some Icon. I got 2 Icon items here for you. We got the 1/2-inch drive professional socket extension set, 5-piece here with that nice knurling. The bear loves that knurling, for $50. And then we got the 1/4-inch 6-piece set here for $35. Again, with that lovely knurling on that. I didn't see a 3/8. Maybe the 3/8 is already out. And then we've got Doyle. Now, this is interesting. We got Doyle 6-inch electrician's multi-purpose pliers. So these are essentially some long needle nose pliers, plus they've got some grip points on it, plus they've got cutters, they've got strippers built in, and crimpers. So it's going to be a one and done, the kind of thing where you throw it in your bag. It's going to cover a lot of wear a lot of hats, cover a lot of different jobs. $15 on that. I've been impressed with most of the Doyle stuff that's out there. There were a few Doyle items that came out that kind of made me scratch my head at, but these look like a good set. I've got several of the Doyle tools, and I'm really happy with them. And then we got, I'm not sure, I may have covered this one before in a previous new tools review, but I just wanted to throw it out there. I'm not sure. The Hercules 4-amp 1/4-inch die grinder here. It's a corded tool from Hercules. I know we're looking for more cordless. They've been pretty good, but it seems this month, it looks like that we're seeing a lot more of the corded stuff coming out. Maybe cordless is taking the summer off, and we'll see it again come September. I don't know. I'm hoping, claws crossed, that we'll see some more stuff next month. Anyway, that's what we got for new tools, leaked tools here from Harbor Freight. Again, if you've got some information you want to send the mayor, you can email me at red@dentatools.com. A lot of people hit me up over on the Instagram. We're Dentatools over on Instagram. So, you can reach us all sorts of places. We always keep our sources confidential. We never tell anybody where we get our information. So your secret is safe with us, or at least the secrets you want to share, we'll share with everyone else. Don't forget to let us know what you think of all this down in the comments. While you're down there, hit the like button, smash the subscribe, and ring that bell on the way out. That's all the bear has for you today. You take care. God bless. And as always, shine on.